Baker Mayfield talk about how he woke up feeling dangerous. I love it, right? What are your impressions of how he's been playing here for this team?
Yeah, the last 2 weeks he's been playing great. Obviously, yesterday he played fantastic. I think he had as many incompletions as he did touchdowns with 3, which was just amazing. And he's operating that offense efficiently. You know, what I saw yesterday from Baker was the Baker Mayfield that we all fell in love with when he was at Oklahoma in college. And I think the future's really bright for him in Cleveland.
Well, Joe, this is Steve White here. You talk about how Baker performed the past 2 games. That's with Gregg Williams as his head coach and Freddie Kitchens calling plays. You know, if we continue to see a trend like this, and you're up there in Cleveland, do you see any way that Gregg Williams could possibly hang on to this head coaching job full time?
I definitely see there's a chance. You know, this is his opportunity to audition for the job, and if they continue rolling, I'm sure that's going to make John Dorsey have a really tough decision for him. Obviously, when you're the GM, you've got maybe a short list of 3 or 4 guys that you've been talking to and you've been thinking about, but there's nothing that says you can't just hire the guy that you got there right now.
Joe, what's just the overall vibe in that building right now? I mean, it seems like Baker Mayfield's kind of one of those guys, just brings a lot of energy and a lot of juice to the organization. It just seems like a little bit more buzz here with this football team.
Well, Baker's obviously an exciting guy. He's a great personality, and he played fantastic last weekend, and he's had some excellent games for him this season. And there's definitely a lot of energy right now. I mean, 3 wins right now, most teams wouldn't be too excited about that, but the Browns haven't won a lot in the last few years. I was part of that the last couple of years, and there's definitely a positive feeling right now with all the young talent that this roster has, especially when we think we found the franchise quarterback in Cleveland and Baker Mayfield. That's a lot of room for optimism.
And a franchise running back perhaps as well, and the rookie Nick Chubb, who has the 92-yard touchdown run. But we got to give some credit to the guys up front on that one, right?
Absolutely. Obviously, the offensive line's job is to get the run started. We're responsible for the first 3 to 4 yards, and then after that, it's kind of receivers blocking, and then after that, the running back's on his own. And the thing that's cool about Nick Chubb is he's that big punishing runner in between the tackles, but he somehow still has that top-end speed to be able to take it 90 yards and outrun the defense.